Yeah. Game chat on the night, Friday night light. Line from the board, Isaac taking flight. Question of the day, what's it gonna be? Guests on the show, come and take a seat. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Pick 5 games, what's your top choice? Hear the people shout, raise up your voice. Interview time, guest in the chair. Sharing stories, feels like we're there. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Interview time, guest in the chair. Sharing stories, feels like we're there. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Pick 5 games, what's your top choice? Hear the people shout, raise up your voice. Interview time, guest in the chair. Sharing stories, feels like we're there. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go.
Isaac, you handsome man, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Just setting us up on TikTok. So thank you for everybody joining us over at the TikTok. We're live
Hello,
there as
the
well.
TikTok. How are
Well,
you
I've been
doing? How's everything going on the TikTok land? I
Uh,
just on our TikTok channel, we just published brand new Bingo board that came in today.
mm,
It's a nice board, and it's the Mexico board, which won the Bingo Madness tournament. It rated out at the top. It was 20% off, and then used my coupon code Bingo Gutowski, GUTOWSKI, got 10% off of that price. And man, great price on that board.
that Mexico board looks gorgeous.
It is very nice in person. And my oldest daughter beat the crap out of me as soon as I set it up. Like I had the thing, I was putting the pegs in, I was getting it ready for tonight because we actually kicked off our second season of the Columbus Bingo League here in Columbus, Georgia. And that launched tonight. And I set up the board for that. And I said, hey, Emily, you want to play with me? And she jumped in. She continued to beat me on my brand new board. So
Excellent. Glad to hear that.
yeah, I know. So anyway, let's introduce our guest. We've got a guest.
Who do we have tonight, sir?
It's Josh Bowman. How are you doing, Josh?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
That might be our best intro we've ever had.
I know. It was a dramatic turn. We don't have any dramatic turns other than the quality going down each and every
yeah, that's not dramatic. It's just expected.
It's just expected. Hey, let me tell you something. No technical difficulties this week.
I can hear you. I can see you.
Yeah, let's go back in time 2 weeks ago. All of my children stole my cables to all my equipment. They just use them for whatever. And so I had to go out and buy new cables today for my equipment. And it's good stuff. So
and here we are.
Yeah, it's working.
Hey, what are we talking about today, Ryan?
We're talking about games to travel with. Me and my family just went on a camping trip this past weekend, and we brought games. Went to France. We brought games. Isaac, you're going away for a little bit. What are you doing?
Take some games. Yeah, none of your business.
Well, I mean, taking games. That was the theme. Did you not?
Yes, buying games probably
also buying games. That's what you got to do.
So we're talking about games you travel with. Josh, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
look at that.
I'm very much a ham.
Look at
That's
we
for
had
sure.
we got your
Oh,
other half. I don't want to say
Yeah.
better or worse half of the
oh,
tabletop
more
summary
successful
podcast.
half. So he's
Yeah,
better.
More
For sure.
successful half.
we'll talk about him when we talk a little more about you. But let's open with our first question, which is in the
In
chat
the
that I
show
don't have
notes.
pulled up. Ryan, you got it pulled up there?
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
It's the beginning of travel season. What's your dream location that you've
yeah.
never been to? So, Josh, starting with you, we'll always start with our guest.
Oh, dream location I've never been to.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm not terribly. I mean, I'm pretty well traveled across the United States and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it would have to be someplace outside of the United States.
Okay.
So I think if I were to choose one place, oof, I would probably choose. I don't. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those.
It's a
I'm
tough
not a
one.
travel bug.
Okay.
I'm really not. Like I like traveling to places, but it's never like, oh, I need to be there once in my life.
Gotcha.
Like I'm good with North Carolina. It's a pretty nice place.
I love the city I live in. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
But
love
I
it.
would probably say I probably would say Hokkaido, Japan.
Okay.
I think that's the right place. I think that's the northernmost part of Japan where it snows a lot and there's lots of mountains and stuff.
Okay.
I am all about like rural Japan and stuff like that. Like,
Nice.
it's anytime I see, I'm like, oh, that's just so beautiful. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, screw Tokyo and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
Tokyo just sounds like a nightmare. Like you can't breathe and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
kind of like the snow-topped mountains and stuff near like the northern part of Japan probably would be my first choice. But yeah, I think I'll just say that I'll lock that in.
Nice.
I
That's
think it's
cool.
Hokkaido, Japan.
Love
Okay.
it.
Cool. I think I would go snowy. Also, I'd go Norway or Nova Scotia. I'd go up there to some snowy, scenic areas. I would love to. Aaron and I are actually talking about what that would look like to check that out. So, yep. Andrew said you've been playing a lot of Let's Go to Japan.
Yeah,
Been watching
maybe
too much
that's it.
anime. That's what I've been doing.
There we go.
The anime got you. I've been to a lot of cool places. I think Australia, knowing the idea of going to Australia would take forever and a day.
Yeah.
But just to see, literally what's happening on the complete opposite side of what we're
Mhm.
used to, seeing some of the indigenous stuff there, I think that'd be pretty cool. So that would be my ideal.
Two things I struggle with Australia. First, the travel, the unbelievable amount of
Sure.
like sitting in a plane.
It's a long
The
time.
second part, the gigantic face-sized spiders.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's why I would want to go.
If I
Because of
ever go to
face-sized
Australia, it's so I can punch a kangaroo.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
That's
Oh,
the
no.
only reason I want to go.
Yeah,
Those things
yeah.
are pests, and I just want to like sock one
You just want to hit
and then
one.
to
Yeah,
run. Of course,
You're
run.
right.
But
Yeah, that's sorry, PETA, if you're watching.
I know, really.
I'm
Um,
not. Come after me.
He said, "Screw that mess."
Oh no. Let's
That's
move
good.
on. We're talking about games you can take on trips. So what makes taking games an important part of a vacation? Like, why are games such an important part of your packing schedule?
Go ahead.
I can
Or
start
are
off if
they?
you
I
want.
guess.
So,
Hey,
I mean,
always
sometimes you
start us.
don't. I'll start off nice. So,
Yes, sir.
I just think there are times on vacation where you don't want to do anything. I mean,
Mm.
you exhaust yourself. I'm sure you experienced this, Ryan, when
Yeah.
you just don't want to do anything. You want to stay in your hotel room and just relax, and that's when a
100%.
game can come out.
Yeah.
Like I was back out west in southern Utah visiting my family for Christmas, and in between the jumping back and forth, like the 4 hours drive up north to like Salt Lake and down to like St. George and back to Vegas again, I just wanted to do nothing for a little bit except play games.
Yeah.
And so luckily I bought a whole bunch of games with me, so we just had game days with my family. And it's just something to always fill the time. It's relaxing. It's not nearly as stressful as trying to make sure you have everything with you all the time and trying to make
Yeah.
it to your dinner reservations or your blah 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 guest reservations. It's something that you can just do whenever, and that's the relaxing part.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just time, like some quality time together. Because like this past weekend we went camping, we brought a couple games, and like we brought, Erin was asking, she was like, "Hey, did we bring any chunkier games? Anything a little more, a little heavier?" I was like, "I actually brought Tiny Epic Dinosaurs," and she had never played that one, and I was like, "Let's play that one. I think you'll like it." She loves worker placement games, and so we played Tiny Epic Dinosaurs, and it just was fun. It was
She
these
enjoyed
little
it.
tiny dinosaurs, and we're sitting at a picnic table and just having a great time. And so, it's definitely like quality time together, strategizing and having fun. We've been bringing, Dracula versus Van Helsing on a lot of our trips.
Nice.
So we've played Dracula versus Van Helsing in the bed a lot. Like, you just kind of like lay out the sheets and as evenly as possible and hope nothing gets flipped, and you just play. So yeah,
I don't think I've ever played Dracula in the sheets, but it sounds entertaining, sir.
you should try it. This is a children's
I would
show.
say, I was like, say, how far
This
can I take this joke?
this is a family program, people.
I was just repeating what you said, sir. I did nothing different. So yeah, so they're important for vacations. For us, a lot of times we plan vacations around games, which we'll talk about a little bit later as well. But I've always got at least a handful of small box stuff that fits
Yeah.
in the carry-on, stuff that fits in my book bag, and then recently, Susan and I last fall for our anniversary we went to Cancun, stayed at a really nice resort,
Nice.
and I packed a handful of games that would work really well for just the two of us. Like the Azul travel size Azul is perfect for that,
Oh, nice.
and we love it. It's a great game, and so we could set that out at a table, watching the beach, having our drinks, and you could look around and see a lot of people playing Uno
Yeah.
and whatever card game with a deck of cards, which is great. I'm glad it works for them, but like for
And were
me,
you judgmental toward those Uno players?
super. I went over and flipped their tables for everybody that
That's
had them, but it gives me an opportunity to say like, hey, like what Aaron said, like I want to play something with a little more meat to it, and
Yeah.
yeah, you can pack those and have in those downtimes, kind of like Josh said, opportunity to play some fun stuff.
Poor Josh is trusting the captions. That is going to be so bad. Please do not believe the captions on the show. They are
No,
untrustworthy.
Please just turn it up 100% in the
Yes.
swim. Yeah,
Oh,
and then
at a
throw your
swim
phone
meet?
in the pool. Yes,
It is swimming. Oh, so funny story.
swim
My
lesson. It's fine.
first generation travel is all so good.
Thank you.
So first generation iPad. This guy walks into a Walmart. I was in Walmart. I think I was getting some cough medicine or something for Aaron. It was late at night. It was like 11:30 at night. I'm walking through there. First generation iPad. This guy has it on his shoulder like an old school boombox,
Oh man,
and he's walking full volume, whatever album just came out,
whatever came
full
on.
blast. And I was like, is this the new boombox? Like, that looks real dumb, So,
I'm in. I'm all in.
yeah, but it's the only time I ever saw that happen. But it was funny. So
Our next question up, as we continue to talk about games to travel with, is what is the craziest board game you've ever packed on a trip? Whether it's size or duration or whatever it is. Like, did people go like, "Wow, you pack that for a trip? That's wild."
I'm gonna throw a little bit of a curveball here. I'll talk about an RPG that I did, and this is if that's okay.
yeah,
This is kind of it happened 2 weeks ago. I was in Knoxville for a little proto spiel with some friends who invited me, and I happened to bring Kids on Bikes Second Edition with me.
nice.
And usually I don't bring RPGs. And the reason this is crazy is because I was talking with the Kinsinki guys. If you know who they are, they did Galactic Cruise and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking. We had a long conversation about RPGs because sad to say, I play a lot more RPGs than I do board games usually because I have another job that asks me to run games for people beyond D&D. And so I got talking to them about it, and they said, I really want to play Kids on Bikes because that one looks so cool, and they know John Gilmore. And I was like, well, in my backpack I have Kids on Bikes Second Edition because I'm running a one shot for it soon. And that day we did a like an hour and a half session where I just like because they never played an RPG before, we were like crammed it in. And that
Very
was the
cool.
craziest thing because I went up to the business center at the hotel where we at, printed off all the stuff, and spent the next like hour like drawing a map on like 16 post-it notes so they could have a one shot and
Very
just get the
cool.
experience of it. That's the craziest thing that's happened to me, even though it's just a book.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a great
for me, it's like, yeah, I'm
experience.
gonna bring an RPG with me wherever I go now, so I can just run it for people. But
That's really cool.
I love it.
So crazy is, I think you are targeting me with this question.
100% right.
When we went to France, I told my family that I was going to bring my Beano board, one of our Beano boards, and my
Oh, there.
family was like, "No, that's not the type of travel game you want to bring. I don't think you should do that." And I packed a separate bag solely to put that and 2 pairs of shoes in, so that we could bring it on our France vacation. And we took a picture of the playing Beano underneath the Eiffel Tower. So lesson learned, it was not that bad to travel with, but it made for some cool photos. So
Yeah, it's was it a carry-on bag?
no, I checked the bag. I had to
really
check the
wanted
bag.
to-
I got one free check bag, so I checked a big suitcase with a Beano board and 2 pairs of shoes.
I really wanted them to open it at security, and then you're like, no, let me show you how this works. Hold on
I
a second.
did worry about pegs and pins because I took everything out. I worried about them being like, "What are all these nails doing in here?" You
Yeah,
know?
that's fair.
So,
Yeah, that's
what are
the
you
truth.
plotting?
yeah, very concerned actually. So
We've done a lot of like camping and like going out and just traveling with a lot of our close friends, like the Evans, like the Abercrombies, some of the people that you know, Ryan. And we all take games. We take a lot of games. We take big games, small games, party games, dexterity games, you name it. But I think the biggest thing I've ever drug along was my Foundations of Rome box. And I feel like
Oh
that's
my
crazy.
gosh.
I feel like it's a game that's supposed to stay home. Like I don't think it's ever supposed to leave my house.
That's crazy.
But it
Shouldn't-
has
that's
its
a game
own
that doesn't come
travel.
off the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I play it all day, but man, it's like it has its own travel bag. I'm scared when I take it somewhere because I'm like, "Ugh, I don't really want this game to get like messed up at all. But yeah, I'd say that's the biggest, wonkiest, craziest thing I've ever taken anywhere.
That's good.
So we're looking at another thing when it comes to travel is for me personally, and Ryan, you just ran into this right that way. Flying out to France. Sometimes planes might be a place to play games. Do you play solo games? Have you tried them on a plane? You tried them on vacation? Like, do
Yeah.
solo games work on vacation?
Yeah, they do. I really like. I mean, this is kind of the I think the very basic answer, but I like the button shy games, and I think everyone says those because they're really good. Like Sprawlopolis is one I adore. I play that game dozens of times.
Yeah,
At this point, I
it's
have like
great.
Agropolis. The other ones, I like to swap those out. Other good ones like the Ugly Griffin Inn is another one I
I played
enjoy.
that one. I like that
Yeah,
one.
that's a hard one for me. That's a really hard
Yeah.
one to win, actually. But Button Shy, those wallet games, and I know there's a couple other companies that do them, are really good. I like playing. Those are the only solo games that I will take with me. Usually, unless it's like a solo RPG. Again, RPGs like 1,000-Year-Old Vampire
Mhm.
is another one that you can play on a plane because you're just journaling and stuff like that. But I traditionally just take wallet games with me.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I love it.
I was going to say the same thing, button shy. Mysticana is one that I've really enjoyed. 2 players. Mysticana has, in the core game, it has 3 different ways to play. There's a solo experience, which is pretty good. The multiplayer experience is not great, but the 2-player experience is fantastic. It's a 2-player trick-taking game. Mysticana from Button Shy. That one's a really good one. Rover, I think Rover is the one.
Yeah.
Rover's the solo
Rove
game.
or Rove, yeah.
Rove? Yeah, Rove. That one was really good. And they actually have a new one. It's a 2 to 3 player game. We're actually previewing it right now. It's called Shallow Regrets. It's a take off of
Ooh.
Deep Regrets. And so Judson Cowan did this for Button Shy. Aaron and I have played that at the Mexican restaurant, camping, at the dinner table. Like, it goes everywhere with us currently. So
Love it.
Yep.
Yeah, the button shy stuff again. Agreed, easy for and like Andrew said, some roll and writes work well. iPad apps, we play tons of games
Yes.
in digital format. But what I took when we went, where did we go? Somewhere recently, I took on the plane. I may take it for our next big flight. Was Paper App Dungeon from Lucky Duck,
Okay.
and so it's I don't know if you've seen it. It's like almost
I've
looks
heard of it. I
like a
don't know.
spiral, like the little
Yeah.
notebooks, like
Oh,
a
nice.
detective would
Okay.
use. And the pencil is the die, and you're rolling to move around. And you finish the room, you move to the next room, and you're
That's cool.
adding, getting treasure, adding, subtracting lives, and then you can spend your coins. Every so many pages will be like, oh, you're at the shop. What do you want to buy? So it's fun. Like it's simple. It's analog, right? It worked well for me when I wanted to put my phone down for a minute, or I just wanted to listen to something and keep something with my hands moving at the same time.
That's
so
really cool.
I love pencil dice as a nice little
that's a neat
1-2 punch. So
that's cool. A friend of mine actually, shout out to Margie Bordner. She showed me a game that she's been playing. She goes and picks up her daughter from school, and so sometimes she's in the pickup line and she's playing a one-handed dungeon crawler, like it's fantasy themed. I don't know the designer. It's actually nobody that I've heard of before. But what she's doing is she's holding 2 cards in her hand, and the rest of them go in her palm, and she's basically new adventures, pulling out a new adventure and seeing if you have the resources to beat it. It's a really cool system, and apparently there's a couple of them in the series. So I'm going to have to get the name of that one.
I know I've played something like that, but it wasn't. I can picture it too. It was an in-hand game. I think it was WizKids put it out.
Yeah, everything fits in one hand. So
I should have to think about that.
Palm Island.
That one's good.
I told her about Palm Island. So.
Yeah, but I know I played an RPG version.
Okay.
All right. Our next question is: what kind of games, speaking of travel, work great to play on the beach? If you could play something on the beach, what might that be?
So is this specifically like in the sand on the beach? Or talking about like in a beach house? Like what do we
at the beach? I feel like
like you're actually at the beach, so not in the sheets with Ryan, but at the beach. So like in a towel, or even literally you could play it in the sand. Yeah, even in the sand. Maybe sand's an option.
Yeah, there's. I think the one that comes to mind is Karai the Duel, and that's a really good one from Lucky Duck. The reason I say that is because the cards are plastic.
Oh, okay.
And they're plastic. They're gonna be really good in like the sand, depending on which part you can do and stuff. It's like a 5-minute game. It's really quick. That's a really good one. I like anything with plastic cards. I mean, I guess you could like say, hey, let's play Too Many Bones in the sand.
Oh yeah,
like that.
You wipe that
anything
off.
by Chip Theory. So I guess 20 Strong, another good solo and beach game you can play.
Yeah.
If you have the right way to do it. I mean, the beach is so hard. You have to have the right components and stuff. Like there's lots of games I would love to play. Like I would love to sit down and play like Reef, for instance, is one of my favorite games.
Yeah, I did a photo shoot with Reef at a beach one time for the review, and I was digging sand out of those little pieces for like weeks.
Oh gosh, I could not imagine. Like, I mean, that would be if I could choose a game that's like, oh, I want to play that game at the beach. Probably be Reef because of all the colors and it looks nice to it.
That's cool.
We have someone in the TikTok said anything from Chip Theory games.
There we go. Yep.
There you go.
I was gonna say, did you guys see the latest version of Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza Poolside Edition?
Yeah,
They're
cards.
Plastic cards. Yeah.
I know Bob's at Bino League, so he's not listening to this, but Bob loves some Taco Cat.
He loves Taco
pizza,
Cat Goat Cheese Pizza.
Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza is awesome.
Yeah. So Bob loves it. He could talk for hours about it. So
I've never seen somebody hate a game more than
he
Bob.
hates that game so much. So,
he hates Taco Cat.
Yeah, it drives him insane.
And part of the reason is the first time that he ever played it, he played it with my wife, who was wearing her wedding ring, and he cut himself over and over, smacking cards, and my wife did not apologize. So
that's the best way to play it.
That was part of the reason. It was Origins one year. So
Dutch Blitz.
Oh, here's what you guys do. You guys at Origins this year, you want an extreme taco cat goat cheese pizza, and
Yes.
everyone just has like studded like hands
Yeah.
on their things. So you're
Yes.
slapping down
So
really
good.
hard, and
Brass knuckles,
Make Bob
spike, all
play.
kinds of
Man.
stuff. Yes.
I would play in that. I don't care if I experience pain as long as it's fun.
It's
That's
fun. Yeah.
the
Fun
wrestler in
pain.
me. So
That's funny.
fun pain is good
Um,
pain.
yeah. Hive is good in sand. I like Boop, something abstract with chunky pieces. Yeah. But if you have a table, play in Beach Day.
Oh,
We'll talk about that
that might
shortly.
be our lead in for the next part of this
Yeah.
conversation.
Um, I would actually play Seaside. Seaside was developed intentionally to play at the beach. These are these tiles. I really appreciate the work that went into this one. It's in a bag, but these tiles are wooden and they are UV coated, and
Oh,
so
that's nice.
it's made to play at the beach. So
Very nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, with what Andrew said, Hive was what I was going to go with. Hive's great anywhere; it doesn't blow away. The pieces are super solid. You can roll
yes,
those. You can play those in the sand all day, and
yeah,
they're not going to go
Mhm.
anywhere. And then I started thinking like opposite side, like game I would hate to play at the beach, and I was thinking of Dungeon Drop. If you guys play Dungeon Drop, where you take
jeez,
this handful of little pieces and just scatter them, like oh,
that'd be terrible.
miserable. And then somebody kicks
Oh.
the sand, and then
Or a
good luck.
Lacerda, you've got little tiny
Can
pieces
you
everywhere.
imagine that? Oh my gosh.
Let's
Oh,
Hey Ryan, I'm looking at my shelf over here. I've got
do
a
not look at
Lucerda.
your shelf. I stopped looking at your shelf.
It's over there. You can't see it. I
Good.
moved since I moved. But Speakeasy's sitting up there.
I know it is.
Hmm.
You make me sick.
Did you not like that one?
I love
Yeah,
it,
he doesn't.
but I had to send it to him. I had to send him the prototype so that he could preview it.
And now it's just been
So-
sitting with me.
And it's-
Yeah, I'm sad I couldn't sit down with you guys
Oh,
at
man.
Mega Moose to play that. That looked really fun.
Yeah,
I
it
never
was-
played a
it was a
Lacerda
fun
before.
time.
The closest
Never?
I played to Lacerda is a Galactic Cruise. Like
That's pretty close.
That's very close.
We need to do
Man,
Lucerda.
we're gonna
Ryan,
yeah,
get
we're gonna have
Lucerda on
to-
the show so we can talk to him.
I was in a interesting little piece here. I was in a Discord channel with Vital, and he
Just the two of
wanted
you.
to watch. No, I was in there with somebody who was teaching me a game, and he
Okay.
wanted to watch how I interacted with the game, and he was 100% silent the whole time. It was the most disconcerting thing. So,
Yeah, I love it. He just didn't like you.
yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, hey, this is where we get to the point where we say, hey, Josh, tell us a little about
Yes.
you. So tell us about you. Tell us about what you do. Tell us about your company and about that game that Ryan's got in his grubby
Absolutely.
little hands.
Grubby.
For sure. So yeah, I'm Josh Bowman. I am a gamer. I am a father. I'm a friend to as many people as I can be. And I'll start with saying I am the co-host of the Tabletop Submarine podcast, which is a podcast where we bring people on and they share their most memorable board game experience or tabletop experience. I co-host that with Andrew Stiles, designer extraordinaire of the game Wine Cellar, coming from 25th
Love
Century.
Wine
He
Cellar.
is awesome.
He is.
He is the fuel that keeps that show running, and I am just the engine. We are he's awesome. But we're here to talk about Beach Day, which is a game coming from my company CakePie Games. CakePie Games, our whole shtick is that we make games that are a piece of cake to set up and easy as pie to teach. This is
Love it.
our first foray into the publishing world. I've done some designs. I've been designing for a long time. I have a few signed, some that should be coming out next year, and one that's already out. But this is the kind of the epitome of what I'm trying to do with this company. It is a tile laying game where you're going to beach and trying to have the most fun in the sand. It is beautifully illustrated by Ammon Anderson from Gnome Hollow fame.
Beautiful.
And the whole point of the game is to such a kind of a you're such sorry, reading the comments of Andrew, but yeah, it's a tile laying game, which is my favorite genre of gaming, where you are trying to arrange different pictures and formations to get points. It's a very distilled down. It's very like the pitch of it is like very basic, like oh that's what you do in all tile laying games, but it is a distilled down version of almost every single tile laying game I played, and what I liked about all of them, and stripped away from lots of the restrictions that I feel hold a lot of them back. So it's a very open sandbox type game that you can, place your cards anywhere. You can overlap and you can connect any strategy you want to connect in order to win. And so there's modular scoring, so you can swap it in and out, so it has lots of replayability. And the biggest thing that's going to be between $19 and $21. That's our big thing. It's
Yeah, that's great.
the entire idea behind the game was a company first. I decided after designing for a long time that what I really liked about the industry was the publishing aspect of it, and I really want to work in the industry if I can. And so I figured the best way to get experience is to make my own experience. And so I was like, I'm gonna do the hard thing and start a publisher. But I took a long look before I did that. I didn't want to just make a game that I liked and put it out there. I was like, I want to make this a business more than a game, more than just a game I'm producing. So I
Sure.
took a long look at people like Chad from 25th Century. What games were selling of his? People were picking up Tasso Banana, Circus Flocati, all these lots of small games, sometimes the bigger games, but the small games that he would sell for like 15, $20, impulse buys flying off the shelf. I'll play, with looking at all the things that I would have lots of conversations with Joe Wiggins there about stuff. And I would demo for them and watch the games people were playing.
Yep.
And they were all those little, small square box games, impulse buys. People were buying 5 of them or 10 of them at a time
Yep.
because they were so cheap and they're good games. And so I was like, okay, I want my company to be that candy bar company. It's the last thing in the line. It's an impulse buy because it's cheap and it's fun and you're going to enjoy it. So the entire company was built around that. And I teamed up with my friend Brennan, and we came up with games that are a piece of cake to set up, easy as pie to teach, because nothing's worse for me as a dad and someone who works late as restaurants, coming home wanting to play the game and having a 20-minute setup
Right.
and then having maybe a 40-minute gameplay. I wanted something I can set up quick, give me that strategic tingle in my brain, and I can break down quickly. And so the entire shtick of the company was, okay, you have to be able to teach the game, play the game. You have to teach the game, set up the game, and start the game in less than 10 minutes, like at most. And each day, I've done that after, teaching it a lot. I can get down to 6 minutes where I can take it out of the box, set it up, teach it, and everyone knows what they're doing in 6 minutes. And people want to play over and over again. So it's going good.
Yeah.
People are liking the game, and I'm hoping to start a company with this. And that's pretty much the stick of it. We're getting ready for a Kickstarter, hopefully in May. We've had some trouble with marketing because I'm trying to do this all myself, and I'm a newbie at this. I don't know exactly how to market using Facebook ads. So it's been delayed a couple times, and I'm honestly going to keep delaying until I know we have an audience there with us.
Right.
Right now, we do have a lot of people who are excited about this. It's one of those things where it's hard to build an audience because it's not like those big games where you can talk about like Deliverance or like talk about Galactic Cruise or some of those bigger Kickstarters where you can discuss strategies in the Discord. It's like
Right.
there's strategy in the game, but there's no reason to write a diatribe about this and discuss things like that. It's just not necessary, and that's not what I want either.
Right.
So it's just getting the crowd there, and it's been an absolutely wonderful experience doing it. Stressful as all get out, but I'm just hoping it works out. And I'm gonna keep doing the grind until it does, and hopefully we'll be there by the end of May, if not in the middle of summer. So
That's awesome.
that's the shtick. That's the shtick.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's been definitely a passion project for you as far as getting this out and getting it together. And how's the do you have a good support group locally for like testing and playing these things?
No,
No,
I don't. It's this has been we've taken about 2.5 years to do this.
Oh,
My
wow.
day job is that I work in my family's restaurant as the general manager of it.
Okay.
And so I'm working sometimes 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'm literally in my family's back office doing this right now because I just walked back from the kitchen into here. But my co-designer and my business partner Brennan's doing a really good job on TTS and stuff like that. And there's lots of great designers here in North Carolina. I just don't live near them because I'm next to the beach and there's not a lot of us here.
Yeah,
and so it's we still have a good community around it. It's just it takes a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a haul. Yeah, shout out for the family business life restaurant. I mean, that's what I grew up in was the family restaurant, and you worked from the minute you got up to the minute we closed the doors, and I just totally get it. That's not an easy life, and so yeah, that's hard to do games around that sometimes.
All the time, yes.
Yeah.
So,
But I remember
But
growing up, like that was some of my first gaming. Like maybe it's like a Saturday at 3, and we've got a little time. My dad would take out a chessboard, and we'd play a couple games of chess, and like you're around family, you have opportunity to do some of those things. So that's hopefully a good experience for you with the fam there.
Mhm.
yeah, they're not really gamers, but they support
Yeah,
me and my stuff. And I run game nights at my restaurant, so like once or 2 or 3
Nice.
times a month, I'll have people come in and we'll use our big tables, and I'll just set up games for people to play. So
that's
I'm slowly
awesome.
growing a small community here of gamers, which is
That's
important to me, and they all want to play my game because I'm very open about what I do. And so next game
that's
night
awesome.
I'll be bringing it to actually show them.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, Beach Day. I've gotten to play Beach Day. I got to play it with you at Mega Moose Con, and I think one other time before that. And then me and my wife have played it multiple times around here at the house with this prototype copy. It's such a casual tile laying game where you don't get overwhelmed, but you're chasing certain things, and you're looking around. You're like, I can do better than that, And I like the drafting mechanism in it, and having the objective cards that you've got. Basically, I think it's 5 objective cards that you're working toward.
Yeah.
It's really cool because you can kind of craft whatever game you want to play. There have definitely been times where, like, okay, we're playing the hardest scoring in the game because that's what we feel like, and then sometimes we're like, what's the easiest thing to score? That's what we're playing tonight. So
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. It's there to give you whatever the players want, and every
mhm.
strategy is viable. I mean, some games people will say, "Oh, if every strategy is viable, then no strategy is viable." Bullets to that. If you want to go for something, the game we wanted to make sure it was valid. If people
Mhm.
found putting the shells together to be the most fun part, if you do it well, you should win,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so on and so forth. And we tried really hard to make sure that could happen.
yeah.
Um, as you dig deeper into it, you might see some nuances in the game, but it's fun to see people come up to our demo booths and 8-year-old Schmanky and the dad. I don't know, Schmanky's not a real name, but can play, and the dad's actually
I'm naming
trying.
my next child Schmanky.
yeah, the poor child.
Yeah, little Schmanky at the
Little
table can
Schmanky.
be competitive with his
Little
dad or his mom, so that's great.
Yeah, little
That's so
Schminky
funny.
Gutowski.
That's
Little
hilarious.
Schmanky, yeah.
That's so good.
Well, awesome. Well, this is where we move to our next part, which is called Game Chat Presents Pick 5. And Pick 5 is kind of it's not our top 5, it's not the best 5. It's just 5 games that you would take
Mhm.
with you on a trip. And that trip, I left it pretty open, right? Like on a trip.
Yeah,
So that could be just about anywhere. I'm killing time right now to pull this up, right?
I can tell.
Yeah.
And it's going to be disturbing as always.
So one of the things we like to try to do here for those people that may be new is we have a graphic that goes with our pick 5 that Ryan
We also have a
puts
song.
together. Oh, do we
We
have a
also have
song?
a song. Yeah.
Is there
Pick
a song official?
5.
Oh,
There's 5 games in each of our lists. Pick 5.
it's so
There's
bad.
5 games.
That's,
There
that's
you
not
go.
a song.
That's a song.
There we go.
It's tones. There we go. See, he just added to it. So,
It's perfect.
oh, geez, what's happening?
So
Did
look,
I? Okay. Did I
so look,
wash my? I don't think I washed my hair in that photograph. The
so
one.
look, there's
Okay.
you in Paris.
Yeah, that's me in Paris with the Beano board.
I made sure to
Excellent.
throw that on there, and that's
Um,
you reviewing top
that
tier.
Beano. What's that Beano board resting on?
What is it resting
A
on?
gigantic trash can. Because
I
it's
thought you
the
were saying
only.
one of your children.
I told my child to lay down and use their back for something. No, we found a trash can. We shut the lid and we were like, "Let's go." So,
I love and hate that, Ryan.
righty.
Yeah.
Then anyway, this is
Paris.
good.
Did anybody say anything about you playing?
Yeah,
Beano in
actually,
Paris?
so I don't know. So we were trying to take the shots before because originally the plan was we were actually going to play a game under the Eiffel Tower and have it filmed, but
Okay,
it started raining. As soon as we got out there, it
of
starts
course.
raining, so it's drizzling in that photo. So we took a couple shots, took some photos, stuff like that, and then had to pack it up because it was raining.
Yeah,
But the plan was to play a full game. we had about 3 people pass by and like, what is that? And then one person yelled out, "Bingo!" like
No
that.
way.
Yes.
No
And I don't
way.
know what it was. They were not
That's wild.
like, I don't know if it was a person who knew the name or if they were just pronouncing it, because we've got uh, a lot of Mexican restaurants in town that we've taken the Bino board to, and they've been like, "Bino, what is this?" But they pronounce it correctly. They know the
Sure.
name. They may not know the game, but it's yeah. So it's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So as always, like we said, we do like to start with our guests. So, game that you would take to travel with.
We got
Josh?
5
This-
from Andrew if we want
Oh,
to throw
Andrew,
those
Let's
in.
see.
jumping in.
Andrew
Forest Shovel,
jumping in.
great pick.
Great
Castle
pick.
Combo, Wanna Play, Flip
That's a
7,
good one.
fantastic pick.
7.
Travel Sewell, garbage, Andrew. 5
Ooh.
Far Away. But I'm a notorious Azul hater.
Okay.
very
Oh, you're an
notorious.
Azul hater, so you're one of those
I
people.
do.
Interesting.
I'm one of those people. If you want to boot
You're
me
one
now,
of
it's okay.
15. So.
Well,
One in
that's been
15
fun.
people.
See you.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I could go off on Azul, but that's okay.
really?
This was
Okay.
yeah, it's nowhere near. It's not gonna be on any of my lists unless it's about me taking a dump on games. But so yeah, it's overrated. But let's talk about games that aren't overrated.
Okay.
Yes, let's do that.
So this was a hard one. This was a hard one for me because I was thinking like, hey, am I talking about like big convention games that I want to take with me in my card, like
Okay.
Origins?
Okay.
Am I taking the small ones? And so I just kind of picked 5 that I was like, I'd be excited if I took this on a trip
Okay.
with me, and I know I have people to play with. So I'll start off with the one that
Yeah, do your number 5 first, and then we'll go around in the circle.
yeah.
Circle.
Yeah,
One
so I'll
at
do
a
my
time.
number 5, no problem. So my number 5 is Dune. This is
Okay.
classic Dune, and the reason
Oh,
I'm excited
really?
about this is because it's the better game. So I recently got a nice like board for this, which is like a nice not vinyl. What's the right word? Neoprene mat for this game.
Nice.
And Dune is such a great game where it's like a almost pure negotiation tactical war game. And the 5 factions, if you can get a full 5-player game in on it, glorious. It sings, it's fun, it keeps you involved the whole time. It doesn't feel like 5 hours. So that's probably the biggest game on my list and
Interesting.
time. Dune, classic Dune, amazing.
Okay. Mine's very similar to Dune. It's Chicken. Chicken from Scott Holmes and Keymaster Games. This one, it plays up to 8 players. It's dice and a little fabric mat. This is very
So
portable. It's gone over to London twice. It has gone on camping trips with us. It goes everywhere. So Chicken has traveled the world with our family, and so great game, great travel. So
fair enough. My first one is Unmatched by no other game, and that's Flip 7.
Oh, gee, I see what you
yes.
did there.
Nothing else.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, my game of the year last year. Everyone introduced us to loves it. They did their recent write to us to get a free copy, so I sent it to all my friends that I know didn't own it. And as they're slowly getting it and playing it, they're like, "This game is so good." And I'm like,
So
"It
good.
is. It is remarkably amazing."
So we've got Hank with Flip 7, Trio, Mojo, Spicy, Sea Salt and Pepper. Fantastic lineup.
Great list. I play that game night all day.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Flip 7 was on my list too, but I knew you were going to pick. It's like, I'll pick something else. So we can talk about 5 different games.
yeah.
Flip 7 is amazing. So
All right.
my next game is one that's not out yet, but I played it multiple times. It's coming out soon. And it's not because he's my co-host. That's Wine Cellar.
Wine Cellar's so good.
It's so good. Like it's hard for me to talk about it because he is my co-host. People think I'm just feeding him. I don't get anything monetary about plugging this game, right? So it doesn't really matter to me. But Wine Cellar is so good. For those of you who haven't played it yet, you're going to enjoy it. It has everything I want in a game, and it plays up to 8 people. But it plays good at smaller player counts too. And it's just so streamlined. It's so quick, and it plays so beautifully. And it's an approachable theme. Wine, even though I don't drink, I can say it's about wine. Everyone's all cool about it.
Yeah.
So, but Wine Cellar, bellissimo.
Yeah,
Well,
love it.
we took our prototype of wine cellar onto a cruise with us because we're a family of five. We needed something that played five and it was
Yeah.
portable. And we actually met Jan and Itzy from Caveman Rumble Games. So shout out to Caveman Rumble. It's a card game made by this couple in, I believe, Texas. And so we met them on the cruise and we introduced them. It's so funny. Game publishers were on the cruise with us, and we met in the game library and we introduced them to Wine Cellar. So had a great time playing with them. Great couple.
Yep, super good.
Yep. I'm going to go with, so for my number 4, I'm going to go with Loot Dispute. Loot Dispute.
Ooh,
This one is from
Good
Gold
old
Seal
Andrew.
Games. What now?
good old Andrew.
Yeah, different Andrew. But Loot Dispute is a I slice you choose situation, and it's really good. It plays really well. You don't have to have a huge table for it. It's set collection, and it's pretty easy to understand. 2 to 4 players plays really well and really quick, and it's a lot of fun to play. So Loot Dispute's on that list.
Yeah. I almost put one of Andrew's games on here, but I did not. His best game, Palm Trees, but I did not
Nope.
put that.
Kohaku.
My number 4 is a game that is great with any amount of people. It teaches, like Josh was saying, you want a game that teaches fast, and you get everybody to understand this game real quick, and everybody has a great time. And if the first person says, "I can't draw," you suddenly realize no matter how good of an artist you are, no one can draw in 20 seconds well.
Correct.
And the hilarity of this game, I will not lie. The first time I heard about this, I was like, do I need another drawing game? And this just is great ways and the right timing. And it plays up to 10. No, is that right?
8.
10 out of the
10?
box, because you technically have 9 drawing boards.
Yep.
But the person who's guessing doesn't need one. So caution signs is absolutely amazing.
We took that one
Danielle's
to
game,
we took that one to a concert, outdoor concert, and a whole table of people playing it all night. It was so much fun.
Get a few comments there, Ryan. You wanna...
Yeah, there we go. So
Welcome
Jason flew
back, guys.
to Fort Lauderdale for Meeples at Sea Cruise. I saw pictures. Looks like it was a great time. Took Tussie Mussy, Skull King, yes, Sea Salt and Paper, Mountain Goats, and Floriferous Pocket Edition. I have the original. I love that game.
Yeah.
So.
Sea Salt and Paper almost made it, but I have the first printing of it, and the card quality is garbage.
Card quality trash.
It is.
So fun game. I love the game, but oh my gosh.
Yep. Cards are awful. Third pick.
So my number 3 then. This is the greatest card game of all time. It is. Flip 7 is going to overtake it here soon, in my opinion. But I've always touted it as. And that's Scout. Scout is such. Yeah, I love Scout. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea. I understand why, but my brain, for my odd little brain, clicks with this game so much, with how you can't move your hand. For some reason, I am very good at this game. My win ratio is almost 95%. And I've kept track because it's one game I feel a little proud of myself for winning.
There we go.
I don't know. I just makes sense to me, the way things are supposed to go in and out, and how you can't move your hand, but when to actually scout and when to actually play cards and stuff like that. Awesome game. Comes in a great little box. I wish it didn't have a theme, but that's okay.
Yeah.
This is fantastic from Oink. I would definitely play this with anybody, and I can't. And it's one of the harder ones for me to teach because it's hard for people to wrap their mind around that concept. Of don't move your hand. But Scout, I love that one.
It's a good one. It's really good.
Played the one it was based off of from Amigo. I'm blanking on the name. Delt.
I have not played that.
So Delt is a game that's 30 years old. It is just Scout. They literally took the game and remade it. And when I talked to the folks at Amigo about it, as they kind of demoed it right after Scout came out, I was over there. And I was like, oh, well, there's this game from Oink that's just like this. They were not happy with the fact
that they kick you out of their booth.
No, they're like, yeah, well, we know. And they were telling me that what's the D&D guy that was in Magic Mike?
John Magnolio.
Yeah, he's a huge fan and orders a case of the game to give to friends every Christmas. But it is literally the same. Cards don't move out of your hand, but it's got a little bit of different play with some of the stuff. But no theme. It's just numbers on cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, Delt.
Yeah. Shannon had a good one. Easy one to take if you have a bigger group is This Game is Killer. That is a really solid one. We actually played this a bunch at One Board Day last September. This Game is Killer is basically you're living through the Alien movie. And so you've got an alien trekking its way through the thing, and eventually it like people are getting sucked out air shafts, and it's really good. So
It's like Nemesis, but
tiny Nemesis. Tiny, not epic Nemesis.
My Little Nemesis.
That's a good one. Penguin Party has been hitting the table a lot. Like we play Penguin Party at least once a week, and sometimes everywhere we go, Penguin Party just shows up. This one's a really fun one. 25th Century Games, Reiner Knizia. Just stupidly fun, and it's mean. And when you cut somebody out of scoring points, it feels so good.
Oh, it's so aggressive. I love it.
It's so aggressive.
It's so cute and aggressive.
I was putting down a purple card while we were playing out at the campsite. I was putting down a purple card, and I was watching people's faces. And when I laid it down, I knew I made the right decision, and everybody at the table folded. I was so happy. I cut off an entire line of people. I loved it.
Wow. My whatever number we're on now, third pick.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Is a game that I started thinking too, like games I want to be with people live playing because I love to see reactions. I love to see the interaction, and there is so much fun interaction with Ink and Gold, and watching people keep going deeper in, and the challenge and the push your luck of this game is great. It's another one that plays a good chunk. I think it's like, you see 3 to 8. 3 to 8. Let me flip it around. Look, Ryan, it's matched up correctly. 3 to 8 players. No, that's a waste of time. Dude. You just throw the box lid on and hope it lines up.
Nope.
Like this one's correct
change it
by accident. Nah.
Yeah, switch it.
Don't waste of time. Waste of time. Next pick.
My number 2. This is a party game that I didn't think much of it until I started playing it with people, and I realized how frustrating it can be and fun it is, though, to watch people like fail with such splendid glory. And that's Tapple. Tapple is a game. It's like a little machine.
That's fun.
That you press a button, it starts going timing down, and your goal is you flip a card that has like a little category on it, and there's all letters of the alphabet, some missing there. And it's just like ice cream flavors. And I see P and I put peppermint. I click the P and I hit the buzzer and it goes to the next person. The other person has to pick a different letter and shout something out that starts with it. Super simple concept, but holy cow, does this get uproarious and raucous with the right people? I think my Tapple broke from people aggressively like pressing it. So I'm getting a new one here again, but it's worth it because it's like $20.
Tapple's good.
And I love taking it with me everywhere. It's just it's like one of the things I can sit down, teach in 5 minutes, and you're playing for like an hour or even 2 hours sometimes with the right people. That's
all
my number 2.
All the cousins love playing Tapple. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, it's a cousin game.
Yes. Seaside goes with us a lot of places. So easy to play. Takes up only as much room as you want it to take up. Love the canvas whatever bag this is. Canvas bag.
Looks like canvas.
Yeah, it's really good. Randolph did a great job with this game, and Hachette is the one who published it stateside. It's so good. Seaside, you can get that one at Barnes & Noble. Play it all summer long.
Hey, look at that. Another game that I will take just about anywhere. In fact, I've had friends taking it to non-English speaking places when they go on trips because anybody can play this. It is just numbers, and that is Fuji Flush. One of the greatest card games in the world. And up until Flip 7 came out, I would say probably my favorite card game of all time. But plays 3 to 7, 3 to 8, 3 to 8. Great, quick. Good luck finding a copy, but it is a gem of a game.
I had copies of it, and when it went back in stock, I sold them super cheap. So
that's the way to do it.
Kind of wish I could have held on to it.
Okay, my number one.
Yes.
My number 1, my last pick. This is the one I'm most excited about to bring. This is from Alley Cat Games, and this is a game called Tinder Blocks.
Yeah,
and this is so good. It might be replaced soon because they released a game called Barbecubes. And since
that's
I work
what I
in a
want to play.
Restaurant. I might replace it for me, But Tinder Blocks is like this cute little game that comes in a
Yep.
little tin. I have like 4 different copies of the different versions of this game because I like it so much. In the tin, you have a bunch of little pieces that aren't the same size. You have the worst tweezers imaginable in there, and you have this little base. You flip cards. It tells you how you are supposed to put these blocks on this little fire you're making, which is the blocks that you're setting up. You pick them up out of the little tin and try to stack them, and keep stacking them as high as you can
Yeah.
until something falls over. And
That's good.
there's lots of games like this, but this one does it, I think, the best because of the tweezers that are awful, the
Yep.
cubes that are different sizes,
They're like
and just the
less
tension.
sub-dollar store cheap tweezers.
Oh my gosh,
So-
they're like you wouldn't like do anything with these tweezers but play this game. They're so bad, and the pieces are super light, so they're not hefty and chunky. So they're like pew, like shoot
Yeah.
off if you grab it the wrong way.
It's amazing.
It's ridiculous fun. I keep this in my pocket wherever I go, and I haven't had this game miss yet. It is my favorite thing to take on a travel trip with me.
Yeah, Barbecues is one I've played. I've played the other multiple times, but I think Barbecues is the one I'm going to be buying. So,
I'll have all of them.
this one doesn't get enough love. This is great. The Great Heartland Hauling Co. This one, Jason Kotorski put this one out. Dice Hates Me Games, Greater Than Games. This game doesn't get the love it needs. If you have not played this or don't have it in your collection, you're missing out. It is one of the best pick up and deliver games that's around. Cards, little wooden trucks, little wooden cubes. You're loading up trucks. You're driving them across the country, dropping them off in the middle of the heartland. It's fun. It's so good. So
That's awesome. My fifth, I had to reach for. I always have like too many. I've got like 10 over here.
you have like 10 of them. You can't
I always
decide.
have I can't decide. So I'm going to go with another one that, again, plays with a great group. I want to play it in front of people. So traveling with family, friends, and that's Werewords from
Yeah.
ICA Games. What a fun, simple word game, but also a werewolf game, and probably the only version of werewolf that I will play is Werewords. Great time.
It's good. It's really good.
So what?
Now, do you prefer? Have you played Insider, which is very similar?
I have not.
I played Insider. I heard it's very similar, so I need to try
Yes.
Werewords.
Okay.
I would love to sell barbecues in my restaurant. I gotta talk to the guys at Alley Cat and
Yeah.
see if they'll let me
Is it
buy
a
a box at a.
barbecue restaurant?
Yeah, I smoked barbecue, so like,
Oh yeah,
We're
so that's
using
perfect
wood.
fit.
yeah, you can't smell it right now, but I smell like smoke.
I'm
I could,
thinking of-
I could. I just didn't want to say
Yeah.
it.
I don't wear cologne or deodorant. I just wear
Just
smoking
wood.
ash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
speaking of
I just
hash.
take a thing of cherry and rub it underneath my armpit.
Everybody can tell when you're coming by.
Yeah, Andrew
Oh, yeah,
had
they
mentioned that
know.
you were smoking ash, but yeah.
Yeah, they call
Hey,
me
Ryan.
they call me an ash all the time. So.
That's great.
Right, I'm going to be on the Tabletop Submarine podcast coming up.
Oh,
here
really?
At some point.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet they get it out a lot faster than you got mine out.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
game.
it's because you're a handsome gentleman now, so you're classy.
Yeah, that's
It's
why I'm
weird.
on audio.
I know we wanted to have both of you guys on. It's just one of those things where people keep reaching out to us, and we don't know how to handle it now. So Andrew's been really good at it.
We never have
mean,
anybody reach
beforehand-
out to us.
So
Like,
nobody
I, know.
wants to
I,
get
I don't
on our
understand
show.
why
Please,
either. I think
please,
it's because
please
they
help.
like Andrew a lot.
Please come
but
on
like-
our show. We'll pay you.
I mean, I don't know exactly why. It's probably because we don't do reviews that much,
Oh,
and any
okay.
game we do review is like things that we like.
Yeah.
So it's
100%.
and we buy them ourselves. We don't ask. We just want to connect with people. That's the whole point of
Nice.
our show. So
Nice.
I mean, it's
Awesome.
we'll get you guys on. It's on our giant list of people.
One
we want
day.
on. It's just people-
One day.
Yeah.
You guys will
We-
be on eventually. Don't worry.
We're not shills for any particular company, so we're usually pretty good about not like promoting anybody.
I
we-
have a beef with Chad. We've invited him on like 2 or 3 times and made plans 2 or 3 times. He's had to cancel 2 or 3 times.
That's
I think
Chad.
he's not in here tonight. I think he's on vacation. I think he's out
Oh.
somewhere in the Caribbean right now. So
Oh,
Mexico.
classy
Good for
gentleman.
him. He
Yeah, he
deserves
need-
a
He
vacation.
needs to.
Indeed.
So,
He's a busy
yeah,
guy.
he does.
Yeah, he's rooting for Atlanta sports teams. He needs a break. Yeah. Ooh. 25th century. Hey, this is the part of the show where we finish up with what have you been playing recently? So what's hit your table? What have you enjoyed that you've been playing? Josh, we'll start with you, sir.
I'm gonna bring a heavy dose. It has to be what I'm enjoying or what I've just.
What you
Yeah,
playing?
just something you've been playing. Yeah.
Okay, so I had a game day yesterday with my with my family. Luckily, it was a nice Sunday. We had lots of time to play. And the big game, we have our shelf. We recently rearranged our shelf of shame so that I could pick something off. And my son, who's 5,
Love it.
wanted to play Kung Fu Panda, the board game from Modiphius.
Oh,
I got this for $10 at Origins like 2
Okay.
years ago.
Steel.
And I was like, okay. I opened up the box. Lots of great miniatures. It was kind of reminding me of like a Street Masters for kids. And then I played it, and I
That's
was like,
awesome.
this was not worth it.
Mm.
So
Not even
It took-
$10.
Not worth one.
not
play
even
for $10.
$10.
Oof.
Well, because what the problem is that it's a scenario based game, so you have these
True.
tiles that are double sided, and you have to find them all. And so the setup takes like 20-25 minutes to actually
You've
get
lost
through.
a kid at that point.
You lost a kid, and then it plays for like 9 minutes because it's a real time dice rolling game.
Mm.
Oh,
And you're like, and so my kid is we're rolling dice, and we're like, okay, Tolkien, punch that bad guy, meaning they'll take him off the board. But he picks up the Poe piece and goes, "Dah!" and all the pieces go
Whoa.
flying everywhere because they're just.
It sounds
tiles
like a
that
better
connect
game.
Together.
Yeah.
It is a better game, but this was just so disappointing. I was actually excited to play this one, but it was just the amount of effort it took to set up, and then the amount of time it actually played, and the crunch you got playing it was not there, especially for kids. Kind of redesign the game so you can use the minis. Yes,
There you
I
go.
want to keep the minis, but I also want the space on my shelf. The minis
Yeah,
are very
yeah.
well done. But,
That's cool.
That's
Sure.
something I played recently.
Okay.
I'm only gonna mention one game, so that's the one game I played that
it's fair.
wasn't great. Wouldn't recommend it, but
Nice.
yeah.
Very cool. I'm going to go with 2 games. First, I've been playing Odin a lot. Did I talk about this one on the last podcast?
You did, yes, because you picked it up in
Okay.
France, but you were
It's so
jet lagged.
good.
So talk about
Yeah,
it again.
ladder climbing. It's a French game. Helvetic Games published it. It won French Family Game of the Year 2025. It is such a good casual ladder climbing game. It is the first time I've played with miniature cards, like the little skinny, annoying cards for fat fingered folk like myself.
Yeah, your fingers
First
are
time, yeah, they're sausagey, baby.
sausages.
This one is the first time I've enjoyed a miniature card style. And let's talk about, listen, this is not about 25th century games. This isn't about shilling to Chad or trying to make him like me more. Conservice. This is a solo game from Scott Alms.
Coming from
I've
Chad.
played this 5 times in 48 hours.
Wow.
It is so good.
This is
It
coming
is
from Chad.
so good. What now?
This is coming from Chad. This is 25th.
Yeah, so he's publishing it. This is Salt and Pepper
Okay.
Games, and 25th
Okay.
Century is putting it out in the U.S. I have never, so I've solo gamed a couple times. Don't
Mhm.
like solo gaming because I game because of people. I've played this 5 times now, and I've lost all 5 times. But I love this game. Like, this is very, very enjoyable. Like,
What is the theme? What is that?
when we
What do I see?
finish, so you're managing boats and you're catching different fish and you're selling them back to the market, canning thing. But you have goals for making money and goals for taking care of the ocean to make sure you have enough fish in the ocean after you fished it. It's hard, but it is phenomenal. Like, when we finish, I'm playing this again. So
It's awesome.
it's so good.
I think there's a time in life where, as a gamer, is where you start off like the fantasy themes and the epic sci-fi themes start to bore you, but when you hear you're canning fish in a game, I
Yeah.
get super pumped.
I'm about
I don't
it.
know why
I'm
that
about
is,
life.
and I'm getting to the point
That's
where I'm
awesome.
like, oh, you're canning fish in the game, or you're recreating the World War II, or you're trying
Yeah.
to be an anti-suffragette in a war game about the woman's vote. Like,
Yeah.
that stuff excites me now, not the fantasy stuff.
Yeah, I know. So
So Jason learned harmonies there. That was one of your big ones, right? Right?
Harmonies. Game of the year last year. Love it.
Awesome, great game.
Yeah, still need to play
Great
it.
game.
So good.
And I didn't know there was a Isle Cats duel. So look forward
Yeah.
to. I like Isle Cats. It's fun.
Everybody's doing a dual game.
Everybody's
So,
got the duels.
Everybody. After Beach Day is going to come out. They're going
Beach
to
Day
put
Duel?
Beach Day Duel.
Oh, a duel at the beach.
Duel at the beach, they
It's called-
call it.
Yeah, sand duel. So,
Oh, sand duel.
Sand duel.
I'd be in like a Zool, but
Yes.
so
Look good.
I recently have had the pleasure of working with Chip Theory on a few things, and they sent me all things Hoplomachus, which is their giant. This game is ridiculous. Can I tell you how
Yeah.
heavy this thing is?
Yeah, that
The
thing
amount-
looks like monstrous.
the amount of chips in this box, and then they sent me a solo version of this, which I haven't kicked open yet, which is twice the size and twice as heavy.
Jeez.
But the quality, and not really being a Chip Theory guy up to this point, and didn't have too many bones and having this stuff. Holy cow! The quality of their components is like
It's so wild.
is ridiculous. The coins or the clays are great. The mat's great. Really enjoyed this one. My buddy Hank and I played this one-on-one skirmish game, kind of like an Unmatched. If you've ever played that, where you're taking
You
on
haven't.
your opponent, where you're taking on your opponent in a combat type base game. So
Nice.
I don't appreciate that comment, sir.
Oh, you shouldn't. Oh,
Anywho,
man.
hey, where can we find you, Josh? Where can
Yes.
people find you?
Oh, well, when I'm not in the kitchen, my main thing is Facebook. I'm pretty open on Facebook with stuff. If you want to friend me, feel free to friend me. Just please message me. I mean, I get so many friend requests a day for some reason,
You're popular.
and apparently I don't know why I'm popular. I mean,
So
I'm
fast.
I'm the most
Fast.
average looking white dude in all of gamedom. So like, I don't know why I'm so popular, but it's yeah, Facebook. I'm on TikTok too with CakePie Games. Also, you can find me Facebook for Tabletop Submarine,
Hmm.
and those are the three main places you can find me. But I'm mostly on Facebook doing stuff because that's where everything should be, and I don't like any other social media that I
There
can
you go.
help to stay off of. So,
Fair enough.
but I announce I go to a lot of cons. I'm going to be at
Mhm.
Origins. So if you're at Origins, please say hi to me. I like talking to people,
We'll be there.
and just yeah, I will. Well, hopefully we'll be able to meet up and talk. But it'll be a great time. Hopefully at that time, Beach Day is funded. The Kickstarter, please, yeah, pitch your game designs to me. I'm always taking pitches. Even though we haven't got, I always get clear. I haven't got my first game out yet. I'm hopefully, if this Beach Day funds, I'll have a lot more aggressive release schedule because simple games are fun to do, especially if they're done and stuff. And I always give good. I think I give good feedback. I mean, I've been told I give good feedback on simple games because
Nice.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, it's your
But yeah,
wheelhouse.
just find me anywhere. Talk to me. I'm pretty open about stuff. I like meeting people. Yeah, that's me. That's me. But
Very
and
cool.
follow Beach Day on. Go to our Kickstarter page. It's a preview page. Beach Day. Please follow us or sign up for email list. Highly appreciate it.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right.
Right.
Cool.
Where can we find you, sir?
Also, yeah, sorry. Andrew said Level Up Podcast. If you're
Yep.
the Level Up Board Game Podcast, I'm a contributor there. They're awesome, great friends of mine. They do lots of great reviews, and I sometimes hop on there and talk about games I played, or also something called Lost Loot, which is I talk about games over 1,000 on BGG, and I'll wrap
Nice.
it up there.
Very cool.
It's very cool.
You can find One Board Family on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. We're all over the place. My release schedule for reviews has been a little light. I've been struggling with voice issues, so it's been a little light, but we've got a heavy release schedule for the next 2 weeks. So check us out, oneboardfamily.com for all of our stuff.
Yeah, and you can find us at Gaming with Sidekicks on all of the aforementioned social media platforms and over at our website at gamingwithsidekicks.com, where you can find our two most recent written reviews. Randy from our site has been going through the Ultraman CCG that seems to be
Nice.
gaining some steam, and he really enjoys playing and writing about. And I did my review of River of Gold. Is that what was our most
I
recent
love,
one?
man, River of Gold is so good.
Yeah, River of Gold was our
Golly,
most
it's so
recent
good.
review. So solid game. Again, when we talked about last week, that had I played it in 2024, most
Yep.
certainly would have made my list of top
Yep.
games of 2024.
100%.
So good stuff all around.
Very cool. Thanks for joining us. And we will not be back in 2 weeks. It's going to be a little bit of a delayed schedule, getting into some pre-summer antics. And so, family events and stuff for both Isaac and myself. So our release schedule on this show will be a little more hectic. We'll see you closer to June. So
We'll pick up with some Origins preview probably at the
Absolutely.
beginning of June there. So
it'll be
exciting times. We are getting into the swing of gaming convention season.
100%. You guys have a great one.
Have a good night, guys. Take care.
Sayonara.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you guys.